You'll get there.
It'll grow out in a couple more months.
Sometimes you just get butchered by your friends. Actually,
Oh, leave that out. Don't talk shit.
you just said you have a hard time with your haircut.
That doesn't mean that I'm saying that it was shitty. Whatever. Leave it in. Hi.
Hi, we're back. Salon and married.
Solana married today. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. What are we gonna talk about today?
We're going to talk about the 1989 Gorilla Biscuit song entitled Competition.
Is that real?
I mean, yes. I mean, we're not talking specifically about that song, but
No, but that they have
they have a song called Competition, and it's basically about what we're talking about.
All
Like,
right.
about being proud of your friends.
The
and
last time
not...
I saw Gorilla Biscuits, it was at Soma in San Diego, and I saw your ex-girlfriend there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's perfect.
I mean, I'll be right back.
Oh my God. Pause.
You left that on. Hold on.
Bro, you just spilled all the tea. No, look, for reals. Like a lot of it.
Sorry.
Bro.
All right.
No, yours too, dude.
Did I? Sorry. Okay.
No. Oh, it smells.
Like what?
That doesn't smell?
Kind of.
Cat, take a shot.
Okay, we're back.
All right,
It's a
Gorilla
professional operation.
Biscuits.
Grill biscuits. Yeah, they do have a song called Competition. It's kind of about what we're talking about, but let's go. Okay, I'm done
All
moving
right,
the table.
competition.
Competition.
We moved into our salon, and there's a salon 2 doors down.
Yes. So let's start there. We opened our
And my
salon.
dad was like, Joy, why are you opening a salon in here? Because there's a salon right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's fine.
So yeah, we opened our salon 2 doors down from a barber shop, right across the street from another salon. There's probably at least 3 or 4 other salons within a square mile of us. I can think of a couple.
Yeah,
So
yeah, there's a lot.
why did we do that? What aren't we worried about? Someone actually came in. Someone came in. When you're opening a business, and you've got construction workers and all those things,
Yeah.
people love to poke their head in and go, "What's going on here, guys?" And I said, "Oh, we're making a salon." And
Well, they worked at the place 2 doors down.
I was trying to hide that part.
Oh,
But
sorry. You
anyway,
want to redo it?
if they still work there, then how you doing, Cheryl? No, but they came in and said, "What are you making here?" And I said, "A salon." And they said, "Well, wow, there's a lot of competition in this area." And I said, "Not really." And
You said not really.
I said, "Not really." Um, because we're all doing different things,
We're all doing different things.
The barber shop is there for the most part, they do color and stuff too, but they're mostly there just to get people in and out of there with a quick fade in 20 or 30 minutes,
Yeah, which is great.
which is awesome, and people need
People
that.
need that.
That's not our business model. We're not there, we're there for a good time and a long time.
Yeah. I think that if I'm allowed to go a little bit deeper here, I think competition ultimately stems from scarcity and the feeling like if I win, in order for me to win, you have to lose. And that's just not like that works for baseball, go Dodgers, but it doesn't work for like actual business
Well, especially a business
or
where
life
it's so
in
like,
general.
some
Unless you're Amazon.
some of us are, getting thinning hair, but most people have hair, and so everyone needs a haircut. So there's plenty of places, there's plenty of business out there for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think one of your favorite things to say is that Bloomingdale sells white T-shirts and Walmart sells white T-shirts,
They
and
really
both
do.
are valid. And one of them's $80 and one of them's $5. But
Somebody wants the experience of going to Bloomingdale's and buying a white t-shirt.
and it's probably better quality than the $5 one.
Better quality, might last longer, etc. But somebody wants that experience and wants to spend that money on that. But I think, so it's like there's something for everybody, and I think competition really does come from a place of if that person wins, oh, Luna's got the zoomies. if that person wins, I'm losing. So that therefore I have to take that person down. And I think that that ultimately leads to a lot of competition in salons. And so, I mean, I've been in plenty of salons where somebody walks through the door and it's almost like piranhas around that new stylist. I mean, client, everyone's going like, "Oh, what do you need? What do you need? I can do that for you." And even if it's like something totally not in their wheelhouse or whatever, they're like, I'll cut your dog's hair." Like they're just like because they're just like I need, and they're coming from a place of scarcity, a place of need, a place of like, if I don't get this, I'm gonna be out on the street. And it's like that type of energy, like stuff doesn't naturally come to that type of energy. Nothing just, like nothing's attracted to that type of energy. I always liken it to like a car salesman. If a car salesman is like super like really needy and is like really pushy and trying to get you to buy that car, like you're instantly going to
Oh,
be
especially
like,
me. I immediately am against that. I'm like, I want the guy that barely notices
you
me.
have you have a really weird thing when
That's
it
true.
comes to like buying cars though.
I want the guy in the corner that's like not even paying attention to me, and I'm like, hey, dude, I want to buy a car. Like, but the guy that's up in my face, I'm like, go away.
Yeah, even though we got to talk about the time that you bought that horrible car and had to sue the guy. That's for another
Story
thing.
time.
That's for another story. That's for story time. Or like, hey, like when you have to sue somebody,
Here's what you do.
when you really want to feel like an adult, you sue
Oh, I
somebody.
felt like such an adult. I was like,
Okay.
I'm like small claims court. Like, how old am I? 60?
The bailiff's like, oh, you're new here.
Yeah. He's like, oh, criminal court's down the way, dude. And I'm like, no, I'm suing someone. I got on my big boy pants today.
Yeah, but no, I think like, you don't want to you don't want to purchase for somebody that has that type of like, like I need something from you. And you want the person who's going to give you space. And both people could totally want and really need to sell a car that day, right? Like both salespersons might have, families to feed and they're like, I really need to sell this car. They might have the same scenario. But like if they come at it from different viewpoints, which one's going to get the sale? More likely the person who's like, here's my information, here's information about the car, like I'm following your lead, no pressure. You're going to mostly want to purchase from that person.
Well, and that's the thing. Like when we first opened the salon, I think you had to give me sort of that rundown because I was like, what do you mean we don't take walk-ins? Like I didn't to me I'm like, you can't turn away business. Like I went to business school.
Yeah.
It's like
You
y-
did.
I did go to business school.
Forget about
Yeah, I
that.
know. See, I know things. I sued someone. Um, so I won twice. Anyway, but no, seriously, like it feels weird to be like someone walks in and you're like, I'm sorry, we don't have any stylists available. Like they're busy or they're at home because they're not here when
Yeah, or
they're just
we're
waiting
appointment
around.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have a few friends that have opened salons like not too far from us. And if this person's like, but I really need to get in today, we'll recommend them to our friends' salons. And
Hmm.
like, is that a bad business move? Probably because our friends' salons are awesome, and they're probably gonna they might go there and like become an all-time client over there forever. But that also gives us, the sort of like I don't know, we just don't have that mindset of like, no, you have to come to us, and if you're not with us, then we lose.
Yeah.
But it's like, if anything, it's like we can give our friends a recommendation too. That's great.
Yeah. Maybe somebody in our audience is already watching Christmas movies, and if anybody watches, Miracle on 34th Street, what does the Santa Claus do? Remember, he sends somebody to the opposite department store,
Hmm.
and then the lady goes and finds Mr. Macy and was like, "I'm gonna be a customer for life," right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of that, it really is that kind of vibe where you're like, if you're just there to help other people, if you're just there to do your craft, if you're just there to like find your own clientele, if you're there to like, create a space where your stylists feel good, people will come, people show up. There's really no there's really no reason to go out there and fight to get that client to come in. Now, do I market? Hell yeah, I do. Like, do we really want people to come to our salon and come to our stylist and have stylists come to our salon who want to work for us? 1000%.
Well, and of
But
course too, we also like we are. It's not like we just popped up a salon and said, "Hey, we're just like every other salon. Come here." We our values are important to us. Having a clean air salon, having vegan products, having low tox color and all that stuff,
yeah,
and having like a bright, airy, like to me, I hope that our clients feel almost like they've gone to the spa more than like got a haircut. You know
sure.
what I mean? Like a more chill vibe. And that was your vision and our vision from the beginning. And so, we're not saying don't find anything that makes your salon unique
Yeah.
or
And
sets
tell and tell
sets your
people about
salon
it.
apart. And of course, tell people about it, but also like it's not, I
Like,
don't,
you're not for
there's
everybody.
nothing, you're not for everybody, and there's nothing you can do about competition unless you want to just, we did hire a stylist from another salon and the salon owner got upset, but it's like, um, you know, they can't control what we do. We can't control what they do.
We also can't control what the stylist does.
Correct.
So if the stylist wants to go somewhere and be somewhere, like,
Yeah, but we do have them sign a
we don't own
5-year
it.
non-compete.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, we'll get to non-competes later. They suck. You should sue people. But yes, we sure we'll like send our clients elsewhere if they need it or people that need it. I think my goal at least is to serve the community. So if that's serving our stylists, it's serving our clients, and if some client has like an emergency where they need their hair done, it's like of course and we can't do it, we'll offer them to
Somebody
another
else.
great salon that
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, whether, I think the important thing is too, is we don't have the expectation that like, well, we sent them over there, so they better come back because we were kind and did, it's like, no,
Or that salon owes us.
correct.
That salon should send some, or whatever. I'm just
Because we
like,
can just release that. It's not
yeah.
the idea of like having anger about like our competition or worrying about what they're doing. And the good thing is too with competition, I think, is it can make us better. If our stylists
Yeah.
go somewhere, if other salons are killing it in the area, like how can we be killing it like they're doing it? What are they doing that we're not?
Yep.
How can we, in our own way, replicate what they're doing? There's the old saying, what is it? Uh, it's like smart people borrow, geniuses steal. So like,
Yeah.
steal some ideas.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah. But I think competition, there's a healthy side to it, right? Like what you're saying, like, okay, seeing what other people doing and being like, oh, that's really cool. Is that something that rings true to me? Should we adopt something like that? If not, let it pass. I think there's a healthy side to that, but I think it's, we talked about personal responsibility, but we talk about like, take responsibility for the areas where you feel that competition and it's like burning inside you and it's causing you to like maybe act reactively, give stylists non-competes, telling stylists that like, oh yeah, they're really shitty hairdressers over there, oh, thank God you found us, because your hair was fucked up over there, like just like having like that's kind of like the dark side of competition, I think. And
And even that, like our stylists,
like I just had this vision of like, what if we just like stood outside of the salon that was next to us, and when people were going in, we were like handing them flyers for our salon. Like,
right.
how rude would that be?
Well, and like even with our stylists, like we hope that they don't, like if someone comes in with a really, choppy haircut or something, we don't go, gosh, where'd you get your hair done? This is terrible. Just be like, oh, okay, you're not happy with this. Let's
All right,
fix it.
we can do it.
So I think like
Yeah.
part of like putting out that, I'm not like a woo woo guy, but like putting out that good energy, just the energy of like we're just trying to help people and
Yeah.
serve people and hopefully serve our clients and our stylists and also the other salons. Like I don't want other hairdressers or other businesses to fail. Like
Yeah.
hopefully if they're doing right by their clients and their stylists too. Hopefully they're doing great.
Yeah.
Also, there's plenty to go around.
I think I mentioned it with another, in a past episode about how, like, whatever energy you were putting out, expect it to come back to you. So if you're wanting other people to fail so that you win, you're going to fail. If you're putting out, I hope other salons win, then you will win. And I think that we have seen that in our short time of being salon owners, um, of that very thing. Like, we have grown so crazy in the last 3 years. Even this last year has just been insane. We are getting tons of clients, and when other salons are complaining, and we see a lot of complaining, a lot of negativity online, I empathize with what they're going through, and I ask myself, okay, should we be worried about the economy and the presidents and the government and culture and all these things? Like, should we be worried about that, blah blah blah? But then I go back to, our experience has shown us something very different. Our experience has shown us that clients show up, stylists show up, good people show up, and I think that it really does stem from us having the mindset of, we aren't in competition with anybody else. We're only in competition with ourselves, of how do we make ourselves better? How do we grow? How do we change? How do we evolve? And yeah, and just wishing everybody else around us, like, prosperity and wealth.
Well, and also if we're paying too much attention to what other people are doing, we're not making ourselves better. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like,
100%.
even I work in the music industry, and so when I remember when Justin Bieber got signed, he was like 13. All of a sudden, all the other labels were like, we need to find our Justin Bieber. It's already too late. There's only one Justin Bieber. By the
Yeah.
time he came out, it was too late.
Yeah.
It's like the label that signed Justin they were on it. They were like, we think the market needs, this kid's amazing. We think the market's gonna kill it with this, but like,
Yeah.
you need to, hopefully we're on the forefront of what's next and what's cutting edge, instead of
Yeah.
like being held back by what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And also same thing, like when we have stylists leave, like, and they open a suite or they go to a different salon, it's like, it'd be easy for us to go, oh, we don't know where they went, oh, I don't know, sorry, you know uh, who,
Yeah.
but instead we're like, oh, here's their number, here's their Instagram, here's their, they worked. If anything, it's weird because almost makes you look worse too, because you're like, oh, we don't like them anymore because they don't work here, and it's like, oh, are they not a good hairstylist anymore? They were only good when they were with you,
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
no, they're amazing. That's why we hired them, and we love them, and that's why
Yeah.
we still follow them, and we don't block them, and
Yeah.
we still wish them the best. And like, we've had some come back, and we've had some just go on and do amazing things on their own, and it's like, that's great. Hopefully, we can build up and change the culture. I mean, that's what Destroy the Hairdresser is all about, right? It's changing the culture. And if we can
100%.
help do that in our area, then
Yeah.
let's, but of course we're not perfect. We make mistakes all the time, and that's why
Yeah.
we learn from it.
Yeah. All right. So if you're feeling like you just cannot get past competition, and if you are listening to this and going, but you don't know about so and so, and you don't know what they did, and you don't understand.
They've done it to us too, I promise.
I promise they've done it to us. But if you want to start to let go of that like the competition and that competitive negative side of competition, book a call with me and we can talk about it. So, is that it?
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Or you can sue them.
Please don't. Oh my gosh. Please don't.